I know they're all different shapes, but I don't know what the shape. I don't know how the shape impacts anything. Like I don't know. Am I supposed to be looking at
Well,
their shape?
when you do the pulse wave scanner, you're looking for color anyway.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
At
yeah.
any rate, you're looking for colors. And if you're primarily core mining, I mean that's the name of the game.
I don't know if I'm core
So,
mining or not. I'm trying to get this muscovite, but I don't actually know if it's inside it or outside it or anything.
well, what I would do if I were you, just fly around and use your pulse wave scanner. Just use your pulse wave scanner as often as you can. As soon as it is ready to go again, trigger it again. Keep flying, keep moving, and keep looking for color. You'll
Whoa.
find very weak orange colors, you'll find bright orange colors, and then you're looking for the canary yellow, the very bright canary yellow color.
Yeah, so I
Um,
found some of those, but still no muscovites. So I don't know.
but what did they have in them?
Bauxite, rutile.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing. Um, you need to set up your ignore list. So you want to ignore things like water, methane clathrate, bauxite, all the junk, all that garbage. So the idea is to find a rock, start lasering it, look at the contacts panel, and look at what's coming out. And then if you see bauxite someplace, highlight it and move over in the contacts and set it to ignore. And so you need to get you need to get your ignore list all configured so that you
I
don't need
thought
to
I had
bother
it.
with it.
I thought I had it, but if I prospect, it still will tell me what's in there, right? Like it'll still tell me.
Well, it's still going to tell you that it's in there, but when you laze or um, when you uh,
I'm
when
still
you do
doing. I'm
other
still sending
things,
out the.
you're the only thing about it is your limpets will ignore it. That's what the ignore is all about. It'll still show up in the list, but it'll be grayed out, which means that your limpets won't collect it. So if you laser rock and a bunch of water comes off and bauxite comes off and methane clathrate comes off and all that stuff, if they're on ignore, your limpets won't touch them.
Okay,
But
so this one.
if your limpets do collect them before you get the ignore thing set up, then at some point you need to go into your refinery and just vent out those vent that stuff out. If
Yeah,
you've refined some of it, throw it away. If it's in your refinery, if it's been refined a little bit, your refiner's at 70% on bauxite, well, it's not worth having. Just vent it out.
says my displacement thingy is disactivated, so I guess I have to go to my modules, reactivate.
The one thing about the displacement mining tool is you have to target the zone on the planet. It's not one of those like if there's a surface rock on a planet, or you're just lasing, or if there's a surface piece on a core rock that you've exploded, you can just shoot at it with the abrasion blaster. You don't have to target it, and it'll come off. But with the subsurface, the game won't work. The process won't work unless you actually target that zone. Because when you target the zone, then you shoot a missile into it. The missile is drilling into the ground. And the little dialog box in the lower left hand part of the screen is showing you the progress of the drilling. And when it gets to a vein, a blue zone, that's when you set the charge off. That's when you release it. Well, that could be too. Crown is saying, if your pips aren't set up properly, if you don't have enough power in weapons. But power in weapons more affects the laser than it does the subsurface mining
I
tool.
got the subsurface mining thingy, but
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm supposed to shoot at.
Okay. If you find when you prospect a rock, um, let's say a yellow rock, any rock that has color.
Yeah, it's yellow
When you
rock.
prospect a rock, okay, and it's got color, you'll see little hexagons. Quite often you'll see hexagons on it, right?
Yeah, I've got hexagons.
Okay, so the hexagon has a little dot in the middle of it. It's the little dot. It's bisected horizontally, and the little dot is a little semicircle filled in dot. It's either on the top of the bisection or it's on the bottom of the bisection. If it's on the top of the bisection, it means that there's a piece of material on the surface that can be shot off with your abrasion blaster. If the little circle inside the hexagon is below the horizontal line, it means that's a subsurface zone. And that can only be mined with your displacement mining tool. And so it's at that point that you fly around, you select your displacement tool, you fly around, you target that subsurface area. A little yellow circle will show up on your screen, and you launch a missile at it. And you launch a missile because we put it on your primary trigger. You launch it with your left mouse button. Now, you hold the mouse button down as the missile drills into the rock. And the little slider on the bottom in that little mini game there in the lower left-hand corner, that little slider is going to start moving from left to right. It's a little vertical white slider. When that slider gets close to a blue zone, there'll be blue zones in there. They'll be either 5 columns wide all the way down to 1 column wide.
Can I interrupt?
Yeah.
So I shot one of these things. I drill into it. Yeah, there's supposed to be more than one of those because I only saw the one.
Well, let me finish. So when you shoot it into the zone, and you hold your mouse button down. When you release the mouse button, it sets the charge. And the idea is to release the charge and blow it up when the slider is in a blue zone. And then that's going to eject out some pieces for you that you can collect.
I thought this was supposed to blow up the whole thing.
No. It just works on that one zone. And sometimes, when I'm mining tritium, for example, or bromelite, I can find as many as 5 subsurface zones on an asteroid. And for me, that's worth anywhere between 20 and 26 tons of material. Subsurface mining, for me, is the most profitable way of mining. I get more material subsurface mining than core mining, and far more than laser mining.
So I guess I asked the wrong question or something. I don't know. When I prospected this, it said that there was a core, the B word, that was supposed to be valuable. So I'm trying to core mine this. I thought the displacement missile was how you core mined, but it's not.
No, you use a seismic charge launcher to core. But the indication of a core rock is when you prospect. Okay? When you prospect, the first thing that you do is you use your pulse wave scanner. Then, if it's yellow, you shoot a prospector limpet into it. You target it, and you look at the lower left-hand part of the screen, and it'll give you information about that rock, what the prospector found. If there's blue down below, it says core deposit detected, alexandrite or that. Then, in addition to surface hexagons and subsurface hexagons, you'll see fissures. Are you seeing fissures on the rock?
Yeah, I think so.
Because if you don't see fissures, then you don't have a core rock. And you shoot your seismic tool, you shoot your seismic charges into the fissures. Chances are you don't have a core rock.
Why would I not have a core rock?
So the procedure is you do the pulse wave, okay? Look for color.
Yeah.
Find a rock with color.
Yeah,
Fly
yeah.
over to it. shoot a prospector at it.
I did.
Target the prospector,
I did.
right?
Yeah.
So that when it lands in the rock, in the lower left-hand corner of the screen, it'll tell you what materials are in that rock, what their percentages
Okay,
are,
so
high, low, whatever.
I've been shooting it with this seismic charge. Uh, I think it's a solid blue bar now with a checkbox.
The seismic charge launcher will not work in anything except fissures, and fissures only appear on core rocks.
Well, anyway, it's got the checkbox. So what do I do now?
Checkbox.
Oh, I guess it's gonna
What do
blow
you mean?
itself up in 20 seconds. Never mind. Okay. I thought there was a way to like make it explode or something. I don't really know
there
how
is.
it works.
There is. I mean, if you did find a core rock and you did shoot a seismic charge into a fissure, you know, there's an easier way to help you with this.
Yeah, it's blowing apart right now.
In Discord, share your screen.
Well, I'm streaming too. I mean, you can just if you forget the
Oh, I
tab.
can watch you.
I
you're
blew it
streaming
apart.
too?
It worked. I don't know.
Crown, why don't you
Do
why
I?
don't you go over to Badass Rocket stream if you can. See
Do
if you
I?
can help him over there.
Do I? Am I done now? I just like set up my lipid, or do I have to shoot these? Oh, okay. I guess it's just doing it. Okay.
Limpet drone error. Deploy cargo hatch.
Shit. Gotta deploy the cargo hatch.
Let me see what I'm looking at your thing right now. Looking at your thing right now. You did. All right, go to your context screen. Go to your navigation context.
My navigation contact.
Yeah,
I've gotta find out how to open
that would
my.
be your one key. That would
I've
be
gotta
your
find out
one
how to
key.
open my cargo scoop.
That's usually the C key.
Home. Okay.
That's the way I've got mine set up.
Cargo scoop deployed.
Okay, and then you want me to go to my nav?
Yeah. Yeah, get back in the game. Yeah, use the C key for cargo scoop. It just makes so much more sense. And you can use the C key for your cargo scoop in both your
Get your
Your
fucking
phone
ass in
bench
there. Get one.
Tell me how you really
it's
feel.
a good one.
What?
That's a good one. Yeah, that's worth a lot of money. I use the C key for cargo scoop on both my SRV as well as my ship. So I'll leave your stream on.
Well, I don't know. I've got yours on. I don't know. My question is like, you know what? I forgot. I don't know. Bennett Twain is good to mine, right? That was one of the ones that was.
Oh yeah. That's pretty valuable.
So you shoot the thing, you blow it apart, and then you start using your abrasion blaster.
Yes.
Okay.
But here's the thing: when you prospect and you look at the rock, quite often, depending on where you're mining and what you're mining for, do things in order. If the rock is a core rock, but it has some materials on it that you would otherwise mine, you know, like if you're in an icy ring, for example, and you're mining tritium, okay, and you find a core rock that is bromelite, for example. When you shoot your prospector in it and you look at it, it might say, well, this rock also has low temperature diamonds and void opals. And the void opals there's a subsurface void opal zone, and the laser would pick off some low temperature diamonds. But the core itself is bromelite.
So
if you just blow the rock up with your seismic tool immediately, you won't get any low temperature diamonds or void opals out of
You
it.
can't use your laser.
So
once you blow
what
it
you
up.
would do is you would use your laser to deplete the rock of all that stuff, of all the low temperature diamonds. And then if there was a subsurface zone that said void opals, you'd use your displacement tool to mine that out until that was exhausted. And then you'd blow the rock up. Right? Because if you blow the rock up right away, the only thing you're going to get out of it will be the core materials. But there quite often will be other materials in a core rock that are useful. That's kind of how you maximize your time and your profit.
You can't mine.
Well, you're not a complete beginner. I mean, if you successfully blew up a core rock.
No, I played a long time ago. I just don't know what I'm doing. I remember. I mean, I played a long time ago. I don't know. I mean, that's where you knew me. That's how I knew you. That's how we knew each other. When I played before.
Weren't you with didn't you used to hang out with Maddie? Medicus?
So.
Is that where I ran across you initially with Medicus Long?
It's possible, but I don't remember.
I think so. You know what I'm talking about though. You know Maddie, right?
It's been a long time. It sounds vaguely familiar, but I'm not for sure that it's familiar.
I thought that's where I first came across you.
It's entirely possible, but I remember you and I don't remember Maddie.
Maddie doesn't stream Elite Dangerous anymore. He was a bit of a shooting star here. He's like a professional gamer. He plays everything. He streams everything. And then he comes in and he just rips through it all really fast, and then before you know it, he's tired of it. And he's on to the next game.
Oh, wow.
He's probably got 3,000 or 4,000 games.
Yeah.
On Steam. He's one of those kind of guys.
Yeah.
You know the type.
I got 300, so I mean I'm not quite there.
I think I have less than 20.
Wow.
And I only play one. I didn't even play the other ones.
I think that what you're doing has more longevity to it. I mean, I'm more of a just like I get in a mood where I want to mine, and I think it's one of the better mining games.
I'm doing all kinds of things. If I did the same thing all the time, then I would get burned out on the game.
Sure.
But I will play around in the bubble. I'll run missions. I'll do community goal events. I played with the Finance Friday folks. I love to explore. I love to go out and collect content that I can make videos out of. I love to go mining. I love the whole the Guardian stuff. Yeah, I know that with a fleet carrier now I can do a whole bunch of things in a lot of interesting ways. So where am
I think the thing that always bugs me a little bit is that I always feel like I'm super inefficient at mining in this game. Because I'll go on the Discord and they'll be like, "Yeah, that's really slow," and I'll be like, "Oh crap, well, how do you
super
speed it up?"
inefficient? Well, it takes practice.
Yeah.
3A is terraformable, little rocky body. Terraformable rocky body. That's the other thing that I think a lot of people who don't use a side program, like ED Discovery, in order to learn that this was a terraformable planet, terraformable body, you'd have to come into the system map, click on it, look at information, and read it here. This body's a candidate for terraforming. With ED Discovery, the little symbol tells me immediately that I can go out and map it. But this little guy is worth 2 million credits.
Yeah, it blows my mind. You're earning 2
Oh,
million
Crown,
credits.
are you still there?
How
Crown?
fast are you earning 1 million?
What's that?
How fast are you earning 1 million?
How fast do I earn 1,000,000
Yeah.
credits?
Yeah, when you're doing it that way.
It depends on what I'm doing.
Well,
Oh, Crone, I mapped a 25 million credit system the other day.
holy crap.
25 million, one system. That's the first time. That's the first time I've mapped anything over 20.
Programming leaflet drone.
I forget. I know it had 2 water worlds in it. I think it had about 8, at least 8 terraformable high metal contents. It had no Earth-like. No Earth-like.
Prospector limpet engaged.
The 2 water worlds. Well, to make 1,000,000 credits, I mean, it depends on what you're doing.
Asteroid
Like
scan complete.
this little system that I just mapped here. What's this going to be worth? 280, 260. That's 540. 3 million, 3.540, and another 2 million. So 7 million just in this system.
That's pretty good.
On this trip so far, I have cached over 700 million in exploration cartographic data.
Oh yeah, and you've only been 2 hours in. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Well,
You
we've
spent
been on
most
this
of it
trip.
filming the black hole.
We've been, I don't think that black hole made me very much, but we've been out here on this trip since February 20th. That's when I left.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, we're out near Colonia right now. So.
How many fleet carriers are there with you now?
How many fleet carriers are there?
Yeah, you said there's a whole group of you, right?
I have no idea.
I mean, in your group.
Just me.
Oh.
I got 2 guys along with me. They're relatively new players.
Programming limpet drone.
But they're just exploring. I mean, they're having a grand old time. Just,
Limpet
you
failed.
know, I don't think either one of them had made a first discovery,
Limpet
had gotten in the book for a first discovery before this trip. So,
Yeah.
Asteroid
and
scan
both of them will get
complete.
elite status in exploration on this trip.
Oh wow.
I'm having a beer. It's Friday night, so I'm gonna go get rid of a beer, and then I'm gonna grab another one. So I will be right back. Enjoy this view.
Yeah, it's past 2 a.m. I don't think I can go buy one now. I'm like screwed myself over. I didn't even think about it. I'll be right back too, though.
Here. Got my longboard lager in my Kona Brew Pub longboard lager pint glass. I'm good to go, man. Good to go. I'll back that off just a hair again. All right. Yeah, eat your heart out, Crown. I've got a longboard lager here. Oh yeah, I was gonna look up that system shit. There's another F.
Collector limpet expired.
So, I had a couple questions. Are you back already?
Yeah, I'm back.
Did I interrupt any? Were you speaking before I started speaking? Because sometimes I just jump on the headset and just start talking.
No.
Okay.
No, go ahead. What's the question?
So, like, there's a guy. He's got this. What's that big? The fleet carrier. He's got a fleet carrier. He's got people on board. I believe it takes the T material to fuel it, right?
It's tritium. Yeah.
Tritium, yeah. So if like your fleet carrier is sitting there and you don't have any tritium, they can still dock and undock all willy nilly.
Well, people who own carriers set up their carriers whether they're open for everyone to land on or whether they're private. Okay, if it's private, it's friends only. So it depends. Some people, just they only want their friends and themselves to be able to dock on the carrier.
They
And
could
other people they're open to everyone.
they could be in solo mode.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether you're in that doesn't come into play.
Okay.
In solo, private, whatever. The carrier and a carrier is I believe a carrier is also cross-platform. So my carrier, for example, I believe someone on a console, somebody playing on PlayStation, I think they'll see my carrier.
Cool.
Can land on it. We just can't instance together.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, open, private, solo. It doesn't have any bearing on carriers.
Cool. That's not the right button.
Yeah, fuck this one. And if I'd been there before. Ooh,
But running out of
757.
fuel, the only penalty
Well,
is
yeah.
you just can't move, right? You just can't. You
Yeah,
have to
if
get
you don't
more
have
fuel
tritium,
to jump it.
if you don't have tritium, you can't jump the carrier.
Prospector
Okay.
limpet engaged.
Yeah,
But all the other
that's the
functionality-
system. That's the system I was at last
Asteroid
night.
scan
So I've already seen that guy.
How are you keeping track of what you've already looked at?
Well, and I think you can do this in Horizons
Your
as
journal?
well. No, in the and I forget. I can't tell you. I forgot how do you do it in Horizons.
Okay.
But here, in the user data mode, I can select the map mode as visited stars.
Oh,
So a star that I've visited will show up in cyan, and a star that I haven't visited will show up red.
nice.
Yeah. So for example, back where my carrier is, if I zoom in on my carrier, information here.
Asteroid scan complete.
Okay. Um, more Christmas music. I don't know where my carrier is. Should be more blue stars around here because I explored all over. Well, this is strange. This is really strange.
Carriers are 5 billion, right?
Yeah. Should be a whole lot. Oh yeah. Okay, so there are a bunch of blue stars around here. There's a few. It's not as many as I thought, though. I thought I searched all over this neighborhood looking for. Oh yeah, so this is a bunch of blue stars up in this neighborhood up in here. So you can see me when I was near here. All of the little stars that show in blue
Engaged.
are stars that I explored around this neighborhood looking for a fuel star or a fuel planet,
Complete.
some fuel in rings. And then when I jumped the carrier in here, then I parked right next to the rings I wanted to mine.
Cargo scope retracted.
What am I doing?
You're showing us where you've been.
Yeah, pretty much. Make a lot of money if you're out in the black flying around. Make a lot of money just flying around, and even if you don't map anything, just honking and doing a complete FSS of the system. Make a lot of money right there.
Yeah, no, 15 light year jump rate though.
Well, I think Rodeo, who's along with me on this trip, yeah, I think his light year's in the low to mid 30s. Yeah, you'd need to build and outfit an Asp Explorer to explore.
I'm all about the mining.
You're all about the mining.
Yeah.
But don't overdo it, you know? Eat too many hamburgers, you're gonna get tired of hamburgers after a while.
Oh, sure, yeah. There's only a few mining games that are pretty interesting out. I'm always surprised that there aren't a ton more.
I could spend a lot of time on my stream mining, but I don't know how many people would watch after a while. Oh, he's mining again.
Yeah, yeah.
2020. Oh, I like to watch him, but he's mining again.
Yeah, I didn't really worry about how many people watch me because I guess I'm inconsiderate.
Programming limpet drone.
I think if you do a variety of different things, you get more people engaged.
Sure, yeah, makes sense. Okay, I'm a little bit confused. I can see. Oh no, those are just subsurfaces. Never mind. Dang.
I'll tell you though, if you get good at subsurface mining, you'll make a lot of money. It's all about timing, you know.
Well, it didn't seem to be too. I mean, you just hit a blue spot, right? You don't have to hit any particular one. You just hit a blue spot,
Yeah, well,
or do you hit multiple?
the yield is greatest for the single column spots. Okay, so
Oh, okay.
you'll if you explode a single column, the pieces that come out are almost a ton a piece, as opposed to if you explode a 5 column wide zone, you know, they may only be worth 2/10 of a ton, quarter of a ton, or less, right? So In other words, the easier it is to hit the zone, the smaller the yield will be.
Programming limpet drone. Prospect to limpet.
I was debating not prospecting this because I don't think that there's any fishers.
Prospect to limpet engaged.
I think
Limpets
the
are cheap.
materials that I'm
Shoot
going
shoot a
for.
prospector at it. Limpets are cheap. But
Asteroid
if it's
scan
not canary
complete.
yellow, every now and then, however, let's say, the game throws a curve, and you'll see a rock that doesn't quite match the shape exactly, and it's not as bright yellow as you think it should be, and you put a prospector in, it turns out to be a core rock anyway. So you never know. But once you do find a core, memorize that shape. You know, before you blow it up. You know, circle around it, look at it from different angles. Does it look like a piece of popcorn? You know, is it round and looks like a piece of popcorn? Is it pear-shaped or teardrop shaped? You know, just really study the shape. Is it long, oblong? What is it?
To limpet failed.
Get to know that shape, because all the rest of the cores in that set of rings are going to have the same shape.
Engaged.
Then it's just a question of, all right, there's a nice bright yellow rock. Is it the right shape?
Asteroid scan complete.
Gotcha.
So the next time you find a core, before you blow it up, spend some time studying it. Now, it's going to be different in every system you go in map. But not that different. They really only have about 3, maybe 4 different shapes at the most that they use for core rocks. There's some rocks that are just never cores. They're never going to be a core, particular shape, no matter how bright it shines. Never going to be a core. Some of the really big ones. This guy got fumaroles.
So for the subsurface, do they have to be yellow or can they just be anything?
No, well, yeah. Normally you won't see subsurface zones unless the rock has color.
Okay.
So when you shoot your prospector in it, if it doesn't show any color,
Programming
I don't think I've ever seen a subsurface zone
failed.
or even a surface piece on a rock that didn't have color.
Man, this is taking forever. I'm just not finding.
Sometimes it does.
Asteroid scan.
Sometimes you can spend all night flying around in a set of rings. Never find a core.
Cargo scope deployed. Cargo scope.
Yeah, it's not uncommon. And other nights, you can go in, and within an hour, it can find 6 or 7 cores. Just depends.
Yeah, I think someone's already mined this area.
I'll close my cargo hatch and use the boost button a lot. So if I'm not finding cores, I keep moving. You can't fly around slowly. You need to need to cover as much territory in the rings as you can,
What button's boost?
and keep a tab key. That's what it is in my system.
Thank
That's what I set.
Yeah, yeah, same for me. Oh, there's some yellow looking things. Those are bright. That's probably one of them is good.
Let me tune in. Let's see, hit it with a prospector. Let's see what's going on.
Oh yeah, I see a fisher.
Hit the pulse wave scanner again.
Alexandrite?
We don't know yet.
It's not showing their color. They're too close to me or something.
No. It says core detected, but your webcam is covering up what kind it is. So I don't know what.
Oh
what
crap!
type
Yeah,
of-
I didn't even look at what my webcam angle was.
Yeah.
All right, let
What
me
kind of-
just.
what
move that
kind
over to
is
the
it?
left.
What does it say?
Alexandrite?
Yeah, there you go. But what else is in that? So bauxite. Yeah. So now what I do right here is go to your contacts panel, navigation contacts.
I'm trying to move my webcam thing. Just grab it and then.
I'm gonna wait for your stream delay.
All right. I don't know. Safe spot.
Put your webcam up above that stuff on the bottom. There you go. That'd be perfect right in there, or even a little bit lower. That'd be perfect, so that your audience can see what's going on. Yeah. So look at navigation, the navigation panel or the contacts panel. Let's see what else is on there. And I'll explain a little more what I was talking about earlier. Okay, so you see you have subsurface coltan. At some point you want to get that on the ignore list. The indite also, you want to get that on the ignore list. But if any of those pieces, let's say that said, instead of coltan, let's say it said platinum, well, you'd want to mine that. The cobalt, I would not ignore the cobalt. I would take the cobalt. Yeah, I wouldn't ignore that. And that's a surface piece. See how the little dot is above the horizontal?
Yeah.
So that one you can shoot off. But if you don't shoot it off and mine that piece now, when you blow the rock up, that piece will disappear. You won't be able to see that again.
Okay.
And the same is true with subsurface zones. So if there's a subsurface material in there, you have to mine it before you blow the rock up. And the same with the surface stuff. Yeah, I mine and keep cobalt, because quite often cobalt can be turned in for missions, or if you look at trade routes, this is another thing. Let me show you in Inara. Let me drag Inara over here again. In data we see this thing called trade routes. Okay. If I look at trade routes, and again I need to put in my system. Let's say I'm back in the bubble and I'm in Blaitani. Okay. And I set this all up for my ship, whatever my ship size is and cargo, and you configure all this stuff. But then you say search. Quite often you may find cobalt. Bauxite is often in here too. If you were to mine a whole bunch of bauxite, you can make a tremendous amount of money.
I cannot hit this freaking thing. Oh, whatever.
I'm not seeing any cobalt in here tonight. Agronomic treatment, bertrandite, bauxite, Andite.
There we go.
I mine cobalt. Quite often I'll mine cobalt. But if you're looking for something different to do some night, go in Inara, go in trade routes, configure it all, set it all up, and look for some profitable trade routes. Like for my and I do them with my cutter. And my cutter can carry 700 tons. Well, look at this. Profit per round trip, 23 million. Estimated profit per hour, 100 million per hour. Just,
Holy crap! Yeah, that sounds like the way
so
to go.
you just do some trade routes
That's
for
configured for
an hour.
your cutter.
I mean, it's as freaking
Your cutter
boring
can
as
do 7 million an hour, or 100 million an hour. This
Yeah.
ship can't. The Python
Yeah.
couldn't. Right?
yeah. But if I came in here, let's say your Python, let's say it's 128. Okay, this figures it out for you. You make 18 million an hour. But you might be able to configure. You can configure that Python easily for 200 tons, easy, with guns, with weapons. Okay, and at that, quite often you're making 25 to 30 million an hour. By a Type 10, it might be even more. But I mean, it's something different to do. Every once in a while, I just, I don't want to think. I just want to fly out, make a few bucks, and so I'll run some trade routes.
You would ignore Uranite, right?
I would.
Yeah.
In a heartbeat. In a half a heartbeat.
Yeah.
The easiest way to set that up is just start going to a bunch of rocks, even rocks that don't have color, okay? And hit them with your laser. Go to the contacts panel and look at what's coming off and ignore all the junk. Make sure that your ignore lists are all set up. And then check your refineries to make sure that you don't have some junk taking up space. Once that stuff is set up, it's set it and forget it. It's like one of those Ron Popeil pocket chicken broisters or whatever. Set it and forget it. Yeah. Broister? Is that a word?
It is now, I guess.
It's only one body of it? Really? Just a star? Yeah. What's that? That's all she wrote. I'm not getting anywhere tonight, but I don't really care. I'm waiting for the boys to... I told the boys to go fly out and visit that black hole and play with it for a while. And when they had their fill, then let me know, and then I'll bring the carrier down to Colonia. I want to do the engineers in Colonia and around that neighborhood. And then we'll move on. And there are a lot of Lagrange points out here that I want to visit too, so we'll probably be here for a week. Actually 4 types of mining, Crown. There's laser mining, there's abrasion, there's subsurface, and then there's core mining.
Detonation in 10 seconds.
Alright, I got a system here with a ringed planet, so I'm gonna show you my little secret technique. It's not really secret, but it makes mapping rings and mapping ringed planets a whole lot more efficient. And Class 2 gas giants that have rings are profitable to map. They will pay significantly more. The other gas giants are worthless to map, really. They're a waste of time. But Class 2 gas giants will pay upwards of 400,000.
Collector limit expired. Programming limpet drone. Collector limit expired.
Got one high metal I'll do.
I'm not really sure what
Laser and abrasion. Yeah.
I'm not really
What's
sure
that?
what to buy after this Python. I think I might own a cutter. I'm not for sure.
Do you have you ranked up in the Empire? Are you Duke?
I don't
Have you
have the
done your-
Imperial cutter. I know I don't have that yet. If that's
Yeah, well, that's the only cutter there
oh,
is.
it's all there only is that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't have it. No,
There's a Clipper, I think, and there's a Courier.
maybe that's what it. I don't know.
But if you haven't completed the Imperial rank grind for the cutter, you probably don't have that yet. Alright, I'll do one, then I'll let you know. I'll show you how I map ringed gas giants. Let me map this first, and then I'll fly out.
Programming limpet drone.
Make me go around. What bug are you?
Expired. Programming limpet drone. Programming limpet drone.
Keep my eye on that big hot thing there. I just call it four different ways because you use four different tools. That's all. But yeah, laser and abrasion are both on the surface, so they could be lumped together. Surface mining, subsurface mining, and core mining.
How do I read that email? Oh, there we go. No, that's not it.
You know, I was talking about it one night. I really would love to land on one of these planets. You know, one of these high metal contents with all this red on it because it means there's lava flows and whatnot. But then I looked up, I took a look at what the surface temperature was of these planets. And the surface temperature alone in Celsius is hot enough to melt titanium. So I don't think our suits and our ships would completely melt if we landed on these planets. They're way too hot. So it'd have to be something else. Okay, so my ringed planet here is 3. When I get there, I'll let you know. And then I'll show you my technique. And this is how Penguin maps his ringed planets as well.
Who's Penguin?
It's a class 1. It won't be worth anything, but it'll give me the chance to show you how I do it. What's this going to be worth today? The first discovery, first mapped value, 68,000 credits. This is for science. I'm doing this for science. Oh, Crown, you gotta find this spearman. It's good. You saw the video the other night, right? The Corner Brew Pub tour video posted.
You're talking to Crown, right?
Yeah. So as I begin to approach a ringed planet that I want to map, I'm looking at the orientation of the rings. I don't want to come at it flat. I want to come into it on an angle like this, and a very steep angle. I don't want a whole lot of the rings showing at all. But I don't want to be completely edge on either. But if I want to do it like this, let's say I'm going to map the planet first, and then I'll do the rings afterwards. It'll be the easier way. So I like to bring it in, kind of like this, with the rings maybe at an 11 o'clock, 5 o'clock angle or so. I don't want them straight up and down or straight across. I want to get them nice and thin. In this case, I'm going to do it as thin as possible, but sometimes I can come in here and do the whole thing. I might be able to do this one from here like this.
What's the reasoning?
You'll see in a second. I'm going to get in until I'm within range. Too fast, okay? Perfect right now. So right here, I can map the rings. There's 2 rings. See, the inner ring is gray. It's probably a metal or a rocky, and the outer one is blue. That's probably icy. I don't know for sure. But anyway, shoot that one. We'll adjust this until I see ring. There, ring. So I got the outer one. This should get the inner one. It's got a hot spot. Several hot spots. Okay, that's going to get the inner ring, right? Multiple rings. And from here, I can also map the planet from one setup. So I'm going to put one shot in the middle. I'm going to offset things a little bit so I don't get interference from the rings. But I want to see how much territory this shot covers. And I have a fully engineered detailed surface scanner, so that helps. It gives me more surface area. So I'm going to put 5 shots here for the front. So maybe one right about there, and then I'll go off to the sides, there, and there. Let me see what kind of coverage I get here. See how much overlap I get. Fair. That's fair, that's fair. This is a good demo, okay? So now this is where I use the middle mouse button, and I click the middle mouse button. Now I'm looking at the back side. I'm gonna put 4 more shots in the back side off these angles. And 1 more right about here. And quite often, this will finish it. I'm done. One setup, and I'm done. That's a pretty efficient. That's a pretty efficient way to map. Look at all this stuff. You should come out here. Fly out here. Look at all this. Look at this. Look at this, man. This has 1 alexandrite, 1 granditerite, 3 low temperature diamonds, 5 serendibite, 5 rhode plumsite, 3 monazite, 3 painite, and 5 platinum hot spots.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, flying out here. Not that far.
Yeah, let me just hop
20,000.
in by 15 light year
Yeah.
jumps. Yeah.
Let's see. What system were you in again? Tell me what
I'm
system
in,
you're in.
crap, NJIKAN.
KAN. Yeah. 20,500 light years away you are.
Yeah.
So divide that by 15. How many jumps is that?
Prospect limpet engaged.
Divide by
A lot.
15. A lot. Yeah, very many.
Asteroid scan complete.
It's a good system, though.
Yeah.
No, the theme tonight is solo guitar. And it just happens to have a fair bit of Christmas music in it, so. But it's kind of mellow, so I'm just letting it run. God, it's a beautiful, beautiful system. Holy shit. I'm gonna come up here and take a gander at it before I leave. We got overlappings. Oh, look at most of them. Most of them are on the inner ring too. What we got here? Granditerite and LTD. Not really overlapping. LTD. LTD. What are you, Alexandrite? Yeah, most of them are little spots. The inner ring is just loaded with stuff. Painite, platinum, monazite, platinum, plumsite, serendibite. The serendibite and monazite almost overlapping. Plumsite. 2 row plumsites. Nice looking system. Bye. We're leaving. See you later. Bye. As Kevin would say.
Programming Eco-drone. Prospect limpet engaged.
I think after I scan the system, I'm gonna look around to see.
Asteroid
Look at
scan
mass systems. Do a little mass search. Yeah, nothing to map here. what other ships do you have? Rockets that
How do
you
I
could
view that?
explore in? Huh?
How do I view it?
How do you do what?
How do I view my other ships?
Well, this is where having an EDSM account would come in handy. Okay, so I'll show you my fleet. So what I would do,
Collector limpet
um,
expired.
I'll load up EDSM here. EDSM.net. Okay,
Collector limpet
on my
expired.
screen, this is what EDSM net, EDSM, the Elite Dangerous Star Map. Okay, I got it. And where do I log in? Am I already logged in? Account. Log in. Okay, logged in. I'll fill the screen with this. And then up here under your commander name, it knows your fleet because your journal has saved all the information with it. So here's my Anaconda, Sidewinder, Adder, and yada, 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 yada. Okay. But then along with that, because it knows all your details, you can say, see ship details. Click on that. And now you can view it in either Coriolis or ED Shipyard. So I could click on Coriolis and view it in there. You know, here's how it's all configured. And you can do all your Coriolis stuff in there. Or you could just look at all the stats and everything here within EDSM. So that's one of the advantages, or another advantage of having EDSM. You can look at all your badges. You can look at your travel map, where you've been in the galaxy. It doesn't matter when you sign up because your journal has all this information. So there's
Okay,
different
so I
ways to
registered
view
for
this.
everything. I believe I've linked my account. What else do I do? Do I have to do anything else? I just automatically start tracking.
But here's the trip that I'm on right now. This let me
Oh,
orient
it's already
this.
showing me data about what I've done or something.
Yeah, probably will. This is kind of funky.
72,000 systems stored. 70,000 have coordinates. 9
Yeah.
million. No,
But
that's 72
here's
million.
my
Sorry.
travel map, though. Here's where I've been. This is the trip that Crown and I were on. We went out to Sagittarius A and came back. But this is the leg that I'm on right now. Is out here. This is the bubble here. This is Sagittarius A. This is Colonia over here. So we're working our way. We're working our way toward Colonia, and I've done a lot of side gigs
What's
over here.
Colonia?
Colonia is another populated part of the galaxy.
Oh, yeah.
So there's the bubble, which is the main population center, but then Colonia has also been populated. So there are stations out here, and there's a fleet carrier vendor out here. So I'm going to upgrade my carrier finally. And then I think we're going to work our way up to Colonia, and then we're up to Sagittarius, and then we'll work our way back again. How I come back, I'm not sure. But this is the trip so far. Anyway, that's EDSM. Very handy.
Okay, so
Very
there's no way to look at my fleet currently.
handy. Well, again, if you're in
Prospector limpet engaged.
EDSM,
Asteroid scan complete.
I think it's on the dashboard, yeah. My account. How do I get back there? Let me just go back there this way. There. That's not it. Profile. Is it in profile? I'm just gonna load it again. I'm already logged in. Okay, so I think it's this button here. No, it's not that button there. Where the hell is it? Where the hell is it?
Oh,
Is it dashboard?
station services, shipyard, ship transfer. Gotcha.
I don't use it enough. Um,
I wonder if there's a.
but under your little name icon, click on My Fleet. See if it comes up.
On the EDSM thingy.
On EDSM, yeah. See where the little
Yeah,
character icon is?
it just says nothing. It just says my name, profile, fleet. Doesn't say.
What about
I think it doesn't have the
feeds?
data yet.
Probably doesn't. You probably have to populate it. There's got to be a way. Nothing. There's nothing in my feed.
I'll just have to look at a shipyard and then I think it'll populate. Let me see if there is one in this area.
Oh, you may have to go to your account settings or import journal. Now you may have to, this API key, I'm not sure where the API key goes. You may share this API key with ED Discovery. You'll be able to figure this out. But the main thing is you need to import your journal. That's your Elite Dangerous journal. So it'll know where to find that. And then once you have that, then it should have all your information. That's the key.
That one's got a shipyard. How am I sitting?
Did I run out of music? I did. That's why I got quiet. Let's do some more of that, though. We get plenty more. We get plenty more. Plenty more. We're gonna keep this genre going.
Programming rocket drone.
Oh, I forgot to look. I forgot to look at the mass list. I need to do that. I'll do it this time. I got sidetracked.
Prospect limit engaged. Asteroid scan complete.
Well, I'm gonna go to that objective there, wherever it's called.
Take a little while to get all these different programs and things linked together, but they're all very useful.
Yeah.
All of them. EDSM, but ED Discovery more than anything else. I used to use a program called ED Scout, but it's not very reliable, and it will fail if your memory gets overloaded. And ED Discovery is quite a memory hog at times, and ED Scout will fail, and so will ED Discovery at times if your memory is shy. ED Scout was very useful when I was working my way toward elite exploration, because it would tell me at a glance which bodies to map, which ones were valuable, and all that jazz. But I can use ED discovery now just as efficiently.
Cargo scanner deployed. Cargo scanner
Really dangerous.
detected.
You know, there's so many companion programs that people have written online to work with this. You know, the stuff that is really useful isn't built into the game very well. It really falls down with engineers especially.
Comply.
All of that, all the information about the engineers could easily be built into the game, but it's so much more efficient to use something like Inara
Not
or
comply.
ED Engineers, another program that people use a lot. Set up crafting lists for what they want to make. It takes a little bit of time to learn how to use those websites, but they're quite useful.
Hull integrity compromised.
I had so much fun working my way through the engineers. I love that process. I spent whole evenings just working away at unlocking an engineer and then finding out what he did, what he could do for me, and then getting all the materials. Man, I had so much fun doing that. I'm gonna do a little bit. I'm gonna get a chance to do a little bit of it again in the Colonia area. There are 4 engineers out here um, that I can do work with. So that's another reason why we'll spend a little extra time.
Frameshift drive
A little extra
charging.
time. There's always one rogue that you can't find.
4, 3, 2,
Enough to piss you off. One high metal content, 10,000 light seconds away, not worth much. Let me look at the mass list here. With ease. Ooh. Ooh, I got a G. I got a G. I got
That
a
means a
G.
lot of gravity, right?
That means a lot of mass, man. Side trip. Side trip. Taking a side trip. Where is he? GRYIO. FLYUAE FGY 1089. Oh, I haven't been there. Oh, it's one jump. Two jumps. Through a neutron? I don't need to go through a neutron to get there. Oh well. Oh well, we will. The hell. We know skid. We know neutrons. I know skid you. Ooh, this is gonna be fun. Ooh, I'm excited. Well, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a neutron. But it's got a lot of mass. Somehow it's got a lot of mass. Yeehaw. Two bodies, the neutron and a Class M star. Gonna waste a 300 plus light year jump. Oh, I hope. That'd be another record. I don't think that's another one. I don't think I've ever mapped a system with over 100 bodies in it. That'd be a good one. I know Cybele has. I want to get you back in the game so you can do this too, Crown. We'll go on some long neutron runs. Oh, it is an 83 light year jump. Well, there's nothing to map here, so off we go. All right, get your popcorn, kiddies. Grab a beverage. This could be interesting. You know, I've been thinking about it the last few weeks. I've been thinking, what am I missing? You know, they've been doing some interesting things on this trip, but it dawned on me, I hadn't seen any black holes. Well, I didn't know how to look for them. The only way I knew how to look for them before was, you know, just go and look in the codex. Find them, but this is more fun. It might actually be a first discovery. Although we don't have one here. I did get a codex entry here though. An O-type star. This is a new entry. There's only 2 bodies here. They must be really massive. One of them is 18 solar masses. The O-type is 18 solar masses. And the B is 10 solar masses. Almost 11. Let's see what the codex says. O-type star. Confirmed. This is where I am right now. And this is today's date. Greatest mass, 18 solar masses. 18.1. Wow. This is it. This is the one. This is the one. This is the largest type O star in this region. This particular one. With the smallest radius as well. What's this? Greatest radius, smallest radius.
It seems like I'm struggling to fly.
Are you?
Like,
Flap your wings harder.
I'm targeted on the spot.
Flap your arms more.
Oh, there it goes. Now it says J to disengage. I don't know. It just seems like it takes forever to get the right
Eat
distance.
more bird seed. What can I tell you?
Yeah.
Communications established. We are
God, I hope I can
That's
land
very
on this thing.
Very cool. Anyway, we didn't find a
clearance granted. Move directly to your landing
type
pad.
giant. Super giant. Sagittarius. Well, anyway, we found this guy. Not a wasted trip. Can't say it was a wasted trip. Let me consult my list again. Still was interesting.
Landing gear deployed.
The last black hole I found was in an F mass.
I'll be right back.
We've got you safe and sound. Solid approach.
Just scrolling through the list here. Some E's, but I don't think E's are going to be big enough. There's another F. 100 light years away. There's another F. Let me try this one. Talk about random exploring I'm doing, so I've never explored like this before. Where is it? DRYIOFLYUAENXU F21162.
I'm back.
There it is. Star class. A Herbig, HEBE star. Wow. Let's go. Let's go, gang.
Says ship transferred, but I don't see any ships listed. Maybe
What are you trying to do?
I was trying to see what ships I had available. So I went to a shipyard, but shipyard 0, shipyard ships, restored ships 0, which I figured I knew that. But I thought in ship transfer it would show me other ships, but maybe it's because it's a carrier. I'm not sure.
You can transfer ships from stations to carriers, stations to stations, carriers to stations. So what you do is you go into the shipyard. I forget, I'm trying to remember now in Horizons what it looks like, but you do go in the shipyard, and in the shipyard, well, actually, let me look at your stream. Oh. You're in the shipyard. What, are you in a brand new account?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Back out of this thing completely. Let me see where you're at. Just back out of that screen.
Which
Alright, now click on shipyard. In the middle, the big block there on the left-hand side. You're on a carrier. You're on somebody's carrier. So, click there. Ship transfer. How come nothing is showing up?
maybe I only own one ship.
How is it you only have one ship? Did you sell everything else?
I must have, I guess.
Well, apparently so. Looks like you've only got one ship. Well, you've got 230 million credits.
I don't know.
When was the last time you played this game?
I don't know. I don't know. It's been a while.
Yeah, well, it looks to me like you only have one ship. Where were you living? I mean, when you logged in.
I was on some place where I just sold.
Well,
the
yeah,
minerals.
Crown makes another good point. Maybe ship transfer isn't allowed on that carrier. I didn't know that you could set that up, but But it did say, when he clicked on shipyard, it did say ship transfer.
Landing clearance disengaged. You have this zone.
I don't know. Is there a station in this system? Go to the system map. Let's see if there's a station in the system. Click on system map there on the left-hand side.
I don't think it has a shipyard though.
Yeah, no, there is. Right next to you. There's a station. You're on a carrier. That. Yeah, go there. It's
But it
Meaton
doesn't. It doesn't
Port.
have a shipyard though.
Fly there. Nah, that station, that it will have a shipyard.
How do you check? I thought it was.
Look on there, that second panel, the information panel, on the left-hand side, the top. Yeah, that one right there. Click on that. Go to the top. Hey, Adam. I thought these said, but that will have a station. Just fly there. Just go there anyway. I've never seen a station that size with that shape that doesn't have a shipyard. Yeah, just go there. Just go there. Trust me. Trust me. Famous last words. Trust me. Jumps, okay? Trying to remember what I'm doing here.
Frameshift drive charging.
Adam, I'm looking for black holes tonight. Found one so far. Found a cool one last night. Did a bunch of filming. Created my going live video tonight was a brand new video, and my closing video tonight will also be a new one. It's crafted from the black hole visit. Yeah, just dock in there. Go to the shipyard in there. You have to be within 7.5 kilometers to get clearance to dock. You're outside of that. Yeehaw. There's another balloon man. No black hole jokes today. No, you can make you're free to make any black hole joke you want to make. Well, when I get done streaming, just go and look up the replay. Yeah, look up the replay at the top. I really like it. It really came out good.
Landing gear deployed.
There's nothing here. Nothing here. Alright, this is the one. F-Mass. It's Meaton Port.
Yeah, I must just not known any other ships.
You don't have any other ships. Oh, yeah, there's 18 ships in the shipyard. That's what they have for sale. But you don't have any stored ships anywhere.
Nope.
You have that one ship and that's it.
Yep.
You might want to buy an Asp Explorer while you're here. See if they have them. I love spending other people's money. Cobra Mark II would be good too. See if they've got an Aspects. Oh, I can't scoop from this. Or I can. Can I? Can I get fuel from this guy?
Business class passenger cabin, huh?
I cannot scoop from this guy.
Is Anaconda? Nah,
You
crap.
could buy well, you know, you could buy an Anaconda, but you wouldn't be able to afford to outfit it and then have insurance money left over.
Hmm.
Right, cycle through the list. Let me see what else they got. They got another Python. They don't have any Asp Explorers though.
Scout, that's it.
They've got 18 ships. What else do they have? Eagle Hauler, Cobra, Dolphin, Quebec, Asp Scout. You don't want that. No. 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 I'm gonna fly to another station someplace.
Well, I'm
Buy
gonna,
an Asp Explorer.
we'll
An
probably
Asp,
go to
yeah, an
sleep.
Aspects.
I'm like passing out, so I'm gonna have to come back tomorrow. But yeah, it's good to know that I don't have any other ships. I was wondering how I'd split my money. I probably sold my last ship to afford to outfit this ship, is what I'm thinking happened, but I'm not for sure.
Well, but I mean, you've got 250 million.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, something.
This is it, and not even a codex entry here.
How do I sail?
Apparently, I've seen this type of star before, so that was a bust. That was a bit of a bust. Let's see what else we got, if anything. Gotta kiss a lot of frogs to find a prince. I'd love to find an H. I haven't seen an H yet. I've seen some G's, but no H's. That's the one I was just at, G1089.
All right. I'll see you tomorrow, probably.
All right, Rockets, take care.